everyone, welcome to Taiwan is my home. I'm Liao Fangjie. We are going to show you that Chen Junfang, who couldn't speak Japanese at all, met Yamada from Japan, who is a Japanese teacher in Shinju. What will happen? Chen is energetic and passionate. Every day he brought a Japanese dictionary and pursued her very hard. Finally, he moved Yamada, who is very shy. He married her. After they got married for 3 years, they got a baby boy. Hoping to get a better life, decided to take an undertaking, but what should they do? Chen said that when they are dating, they found out that Yamada is good at cooking, and she never cooked a dish which is repeated, so they just opened a restaurant. After they start a restaurant, Yamada insists to keep her hometown flavors for her Japanese food, and she insists to importing the soy sauce from Japan and only using non-GM ingredients. And most important thing is, just like the very beginning, she changed the menu every day. Her skillful hands gripping, carefully preparing meals, aroma spread around this coffee shop. Yamada's Japanese food creation sometimes is more than just a cup of coffee. Junko's Coffee. This coffee shop opened by Yamada and her husband Chen Rongtai. That time they decided to open a shop all because Chen found out that her wife is a good cook. That time my wife and I had countless dates. I found she can cook many dishes. All have never been repeated. Since she never repeats the dish, I think I felt very surprised because since I was very little, well, it's barely impossible that a dish is never repeated. The chances to repeat is very high. At that time I was thinking, I can provide a different atmosphere to the guests who come to our restaurant. So I just combined my wife's dishes, a combination of Taiwanese and Japanese style, presenting a different type of cafe. Chen originally was a head of cafe of Shinju Science area. His experience tells him that just good coffee is not strong enough to stand firmly on the market. This egg salad sandwich is the signature of our cafe. Our specialty is peanut jam, scrambled egg, added with fish fillet, soy sauce, Japanese mayonnaise, so it becomes Japanese flavor egg salad. When I was in Japan, I often cooked for my family or for my friends. I like to cook. When my husband opened this cafe, myself makes that again to make that recipe. 6 years ago, Yamada just came to Taiwan. She worked as a Japanese teacher in Shinju first. There was one time she had meals with her friends. Chen's active attitude left her a deep impression. Well, I had a meal with my friends. After he came, he kept talking. Oh, but we don't understand. He couldn't speak Japanese either, but he tried to keep talking to us the way he tried to talk. That's so hard. I just felt he is very interesting. Is he out of fashion? The way he dressed himself, yes, he was really not my type. Yamada frankly said her first impression to her husband was not good, but however, although Chen couldn't understand Japanese since that time, he always carries a Japanese dictionary with him. And he also self-learned. His sincere attitude to pursuing her moved Yamada. Is this the first letter I wrote to you? The first letter I wrote to you, so many pages, 4 pages. Every time he brings a notebook, and we went to the park, when we sat down and chatted by writing and drawing. In order to pursue her, my time after work and the time I spent at home, I always brought my Japanese book, starting from kana, with a notebook, and that notebook, just one word or one sound, I practiced writing 2 to 3 pages. He couldn't speak any Japanese at all, but himself wrote kana by Japanese. He kept writing until he memorized all of it, just in order to talk to me. he wanted to talk to me, so he tried so hard by himself to memorize kanas. So I was very touched. Originally, this Japanese lady who doesn't want to get married, she met this active Taiwanese guy. Yamada opened her heart gradually, and Chen's energetic personality made Yamada remove the mellow and self-strain temporarily to take Xiangxiang to Jian City. To see his toy, the trial of his toy car, we should purchase some more for him, otherwise he keep complaining his toy's not enough. Originally, I didn't want to get married. I didn't have the dream like this, but ever since I met my husband, I think if I spend my life with him, I would be happier and more joyful. My personality is very shy and quiet, but his personality is very passionate and energetic. So being with him, I'm happy every day. After dating for a year, they got married in 2010. After 3 years, their son Xiangxiang was born with their sweet birth, and Yamada and her husband decided that it's time for them to start an undertaking, but however, the beginning of their shop, the huge need of fund, almost let them give up. Because at that time our saving is about 50 to 100,000. However, in order to open a restaurant, the problem of equipment, we will try our best to buy the wholesome new equipment. But because of the funds, we thought we probably should buy second-hand equipment first. Later, if we have the ability, we could change it later. This table was made by my husband and me. We started with limited funds. So all furniture here, all are DIY to save cost. All the decoration in the store were designed and done by themselves without others' help. They created the decoration that they want. And this tree too. The tree represents our coffee shop. Here are coffee mugs. Have a cup of coffee, may let you meet people, something like that. Buy a coffee, you start having many relationships, something like that. Here is our second floor, and here is some introduction of my hometown. Here is similar to study room. This is drawn by me, and this desk over there is made by my husband. There are stories in each corner here. Their hard effort and sincerity to this cafe even moved their landlord to give them some assistance to pass their difficulties. At that time, and the landlord heard that we didn't accept any assistance from our family and didn't depend on the resource of family to find the spot. As this part, she admired our courage. At that moment, she was so touched by our passions that she didn't say any words and signed the contract with us. And this contract says that the rent of the first 6 months was decreased. After their small shop opened, the business didn't go too well. Yamada's Japanese cuisine ideas, with Chen's freshly brewed special coffee beans, the small shop soon earned reputations, attract many guests to come. The food he makes is very safe. This is kinpira sandwich. This is kinpira. It's a common family dish in the Japanese family. In our family coffee is the sandwich made by kinpira. Kinpira is fried burdock, a common home cuisine in Japan. In order to keep authentic Japanese flavor, Yamada insists to import Japanese soy sauce from her country. She only used non-GM ingredients. Like this onigiri is made by green beans, scrambled egg, and grounded meat. All the ingredients are purchased in the same day in the morning. Yamada replaced the vegetables in the onigiri with Taiwanese green bean, adjusted with nice local flavors. Let every customer have the happy emotions. I live nearby. Sometimes I will pass here and I will think it's rare to have a restaurant with Taipei style. in Hsinchu. I think her desserts are splendid. All are handmade. Handmade pudding, mango cheese, using seasonal fruits, very affordable. Their restaurant got many fames in the internet. Let their shop have some characters. Yamada still changes the menu every day. She's not afraid that the customers will be tired of repeated menu. Instead, Yamada is very deeply immersed in herself in cooking creative cuisines. Coming back from the restaurant in the noon, I take care of kid at home. Wash your hands. Every noon after they opened the restaurant, Yamada would leave her husband alone in the restaurant because in the afternoon she focuses herself on taking care of her dear boy who is 3 years old. To her, now her biggest hope is her kid get used to both Taiwanese and Japanese culture. I'm Japanese, my husband is Taiwanese, so I hope he can understand both cultures and languages because he can speak Japanese. He can speak many Japanese, but he can speak Taiwanese. So when his other classmate talk to him, he would be curious that why can't I communicate with them? But there are many Japanese mothers, originally their children can't understand and can't speak Mandarin, but after they go to the kindergarten, they will immediately get used to Mandarin speaking environment. So I don't worry that much. Although she said she's not worried, Yamada still cares every details about her child's development, maybe because she's been there. The period of getting used to the environment after coming to Taiwan, she said in the years her biggest harvest is meeting her husband. Because of love, she finds her belongings in Taiwan and here's a stage to let her good cooking skills exert freely. Compared to the last story, which is slow and mellow, now we're going to see a story about a cross-country relationship that's developed speedily. Experienced a failed relationship, Dai Bingyan met Chen Biyun at Guangdong. Now these two people got alone and only 6 days after his return to Taiwan, they talked on the phone and 10 times. Dai decided to propose. There was really brave too. She decided to get married and come to Taiwan, but however, that was 14 years ago. At that time, Taiwan society still had some stereotypes on the foreign spouses, which made Chen frustrated and made her want to go home. Besides, Dai's old-time restaurant didn't run too well. The business is not stable. Their lives is not easy. But however, the Hunshan Tunnel is opened. All sufferings had their rewards. Chen is not only blended in the big family, but also becomes other employees Mandarin teacher in the restaurant. Hello, chefs. Time to eat. Come and help everyone to eat. Okay. Day 2, each Chinese New Year. Most of the guest places order early. Really so sorry. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Miss Wu. Thank you. Bye. Okay. After 1 o'clock. Okay, will you have meal first? Greeting co-workers kindly. Chen Biyun is from Guangdong, Maishun, Hakka village. In 2002, with her friend's introduction, met her husband Dai Bingyan. They were soon on the castrates romance. Originally not so sure about it, and I never thought I will get married and come to Taiwan because myself had a marriage before. In the end, I really didn't want to get married again. Originally, I met her in the countryside for 6 days. After coming back to Taiwan, we only talked on the phone for 10 days. I just made my mind buying a ticket and to get her. All my relatives, my parents, and my brothers worried that I'll be deceived. You just went to mainland China for 6 days because you've experienced marriage life before. So later, just like what she said, I don't really want to get married. I didn't have that ideas at all. Knowing her 6 days, talking on the phone 10 days after coming back to Taiwan, at the 10th day I proposed to her. She asked me to think clearly. I told her I'd like to bet once more. Both of them experienced a failed marriage. Husband's determination have moved Chen and she's willing to believe it. Then they married in Taiwan and worked hard together. Only our old-time restaurant would be more appropriate. If you go to other places, it's a bit wild to give this. Chen's husband was running an old-time restaurant. In this restaurant, he kept a lot of toys of 1960 to 1970, movie posters and old photos. He kept the old-time memories for Taiwan. However, to Chen, this is the start point for her and her new other inhibitor friends. I still remember the time when I taught you how to order. You told us that to order. No, to order I will quit. No, I order. My hands would shaking like this, right? I was afraid that you couldn't write. Yes, actually, you see, I've got used to it. I'm familiar with everything now. It then means it's very easy, right? You won't tell me if you can't do it. Most of the employees in the restaurant are like her. There are new inhibitors coming from other countries to Taiwan. Chen has been here. Besides share her life experience, she's actively being their Mandarin teacher. Longer? A bit longer? Yes. This side. Yes, the upper part. No, there. Upper part. A character like this. Another character. I'm from Vietnam. I have been in Taiwan for 13 years. I used to work. I didn't have time to learn Mandarin. I watched some TV, some easy one. I can understand a little. Now I work here. I practice writing Chinese characters. And this word is easier. You can see how she writes it. A dot and a line. Here are all our specialties. Squid and salted egg is good too. Did you see the bread next to the shrimp and oyster and a fried breadstick? Pepper chicken, our signature black dish. Is that oyster with fried breadstick? At first when I come here, I really can't do anything. At first I can write, and my boss told lady boss that we don't have to call them boss, just call them brother and sister, and just told me that you just practice a word a day and write 10 times for that word. 1 day is a day. How many words do you practice in the lyrics? Just every day. Now I really know how to write. Every stroke is her confidence. She's not timid anymore when facing customers, and she could even describe the menu well. So you ordered oyster with fried breadstick, signature blackish, fried shrimp cakes, sweet and sour lips. Is that right? Please wait a moment. Like us, just came to Taiwan, and we actually not get used to here. At first, like I said, I'm from China. The Chinese characters we learned is simplified Chinese and Romanization. When we got here, we learned Zhuyin and traditional Chinese. We all depends on this menu. With this menu, we order for customers to practice slowly, and everybody really helped each other, helping each other. Every Taiwanese stir-fried dish is appetitive. It satisfies picky customers' appetite. However, Chen is so busy that she didn't have time to take her bread. In the break time of the restaurant, she had to rush back home to visit her mother-in-law with great ages. I'm come here to see you. Mom, here is the cake. How do you say cake? This is a cake for you. I put here. This is dates cake. We sell this in the restaurant. Yes, however, my favorite is still the one my mom makes. Since I was a child, I've liked to eat. Every New Year, my mom would cook this. We were poor in our childhood. We didn't have much money. What my mom can do is not just this. Cabbage. Meatball wrapped with cabbage and fried cabbage. She also makes fat go. Yes, I know. Mom is very good at cooking. She also could make stuffed buns and thick rice pasta. Din Bianzhou is her mother-in-law's already prepared for the whole table advocacy to comfort their hard working and efforts. To Chen, even the simple family dishes is the happiest taste for her in Taiwan. We are here to visit Mom. Mom is preparing food. Come and eat. My wife said it's so delicious. The first Taiwanese she said, I think this is the one, because there are customers in the store. Sometimes you could learn from this. That delicious? Yes, it's very nice. She's fine with everything. Ask me to choose one. Thank you, Mom. Everything is great. She just insists to letting me eat where that real gold or some other things. Ask me to choose one favorite. Well, everything is my favorite. In fact, my mother-in-law won't see me special because I'm from China. She don't have a special thought for me. Never. And she really loves that very much. Mom, do you understand? No. Oh, some part yes, some part no. Not studying. She's just like my own mother, because we left our hometown and came to a place that is unfamiliar to us, where we are loved by many people. I'm very touched. Their relationships are just like mother and daughter, just like what Chen said, she was happy tears in her eyes. Just because 14 years ago when she just came to Taiwan, the stereotypes of the foreign spouse from society at that time made her once want to go back to her hometown. Especially at that time when I just came here, I met some Taiwanese people really looked down on us for we're from China. At that time I feel frustrated. They said that we're from China, just like money. Excuse me. Actually, wherever you go to a new place. All you hope is to get a better life. When my wife just came here, just coming over here, just like what she said, the life isn't so smooth. People's gossip made her sad and cry, and she wanted to go back to China. I just told her that today you come to Taiwan, it's me you marry to, not those people. Whatever those people say, just ignore them because you spend your time with me. I also told her that nothing is serious, it's up to me, don't be afraid. Really. Because of the love from husband, the care from the Taiwanese family, Chen is fully loved, and she is willing to open her heart to get blended into this big family in Taiwan. Every dining time always flocked by guests eat the eatery operations table. In fact, when she just came 8 years ago, she was suffering a lot. In fact, at that period, it was really hard. Every day, every month, I was chased by the loan. Sometimes I borrow 20 or 30,000. I have to borrow from the several friends so I can get enough money. At that time, I could only enjoy life, though it's hard because many customers will come to our restaurant. They all think our restaurant is very special. The food is delicious, the service is good. It gave us the hope because at that time, the Xueshan Tunnel is not open yet. There's less people traveling in Yilan. At that time, when we heard the Xueshan Tunnel, the National Highway number 5 is going to be open, it's going to be a great help to our business. So we are just hanging there and sticking to it. Have you ever wanted to give up? Never. Don't wait to give up. Because both of us are poor, we invest all the energy and property into this shop. Really, no way out, only to face it. There is no way to look back. We could only move forward because Chen knows that she has to face her original reason coming to Taiwan. At that time, my wife came here. When she worked here, I just give her the salary. However, the restaurant is still in debts. Every month we were in debts. My wife's salary is 20,800 every month. She got the salary every month and she would just kept 800 and gave me the rest 20,000. And I will use that $20,000 in the restaurant. It was about 8 years. My wife supported me like this. Really, the first 8 years, every time my wife just took $800 and gave me $20,000, all the way I came through, I'm thankful to my wife. If others is in such big job, his wife will be gone. But you are too handsome. Old saying, marry a cock like a chicken, marry a dog like a dog. Chen got married and came to Taiwan, was batching for a future, and now they've been through it all. Low-profit restaurant, the difficulties make their relationship more stable. The future is better protected, this hard-achieved happiness. Okay, thank you. The total is 600. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Hope to see you soon again. Thank you. Later, we're going to show you that a tour guide in Nepal, a passionate big boy, now he loves his hometown in Taiwan. This is a story connected by mountain. Sun Yunyang originally was a mountain guide. There was a time leading the tour and he met a Taiwanese girl who went traveling there. After they were dating for 3 years, they decided to get married. Su moved to settle down in Taiwan with her wife, and rooted in Taichung, he opened a very special Nepal handmade craft shop. Besides the customers, the special part is some people will come to learn something from him, helping them to arrange their tours. Soon actually never rejects any of them. You may see his hospitality personality. Besides, he's very good at making his hometown cuisine. Later, this handmade craft shop also sells Nepal meals. And he had a Sophia insist that he always wears a Nepal hat, and wherever he goes, he always brings the national flag of Taiwan and Nepal with him. He loves his hometown and Taiwan as well. I'm Surya. My Nepal name is Surya. Taiwanese name is Sun Yunyang. I've been in Taiwan for 16 years, so I like Taiwan. In his appearance, there's something of a Nepalese. His personality is fancy for prosperous and hospitable. In his store, it's common to see him and other good friends playing instruments and singing. Make you feel like foreign countries. I like to make friends. I like to make many friends and gathering together. So when my friend and my customers come, I would lead them whatever I'm here. They could play it randomly. Some of my friends or customers coming here, I dance, I play drums, and I sing. I will ask them to dance here. They also play drums and they perform. Myself will dance. I like it a lot. It's the happiest thing for me. Su originally was a mountain guide in Nepal. When he took the tour, he met a Taiwanese girl who traveled there. They dated 3 years and decided to get married. Su followed his wife to settle down in Taiwan, starting his another life. When I was just come here for 6 months, just a little bit, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't understand what people said. It's hard for me at the period of time. I hope to understand what they're doing. I must get blend in their lives and their situation. He settles down in Taichung, open a Nepal handicraft shop. There are many stuffs like a tiny museum. What's this? This is songpo. Songpo. This is for making musical therapy. It's for the hearing, the sound, for musical therapy. How does it work? Is there many kinds of songpo? This is made by machine. Some of them are handmade and some of them are made by machine. There are many ways to use this. This is the easiest way. Holding like this, the clockwise. If you are in a quieter place, you can still hear the sound, and it shakes and it will have the resonance and our bodies would feel hard. Besides the guests, usually there are backpackers enter their shop asking Su for some travel routes. He never refuses anyone, always introduced with passion. Taiwanese shall use these Chinese documents. The visa could be got here, get the visa stamp here on this page. There won't be any place in the airport. You have to ask people particularly. When you ask, they will give it to you. Everyone will be in the line. You have to prepare this document. When you get it, I see you just finish the document, give it to them. It can come out later. When there are customers coming, if they have interest, I will give them that kind of information, which is books introduced Nepal. I have many, and there's an association in the Nepal. The office is here. My personality likes all the things here, and all the office are kinds of information. In Su's shop, there are many products, and there are all kinds of things, but some of them are not items, not for sale. There's a story behind these small items. In Nepal, we didn't have light. When I was a little baby, when I went to school, open like this and some oil, there's a string in the middle, and then light the fire. We were young and studied in the school. There are still many places using the same thing. I like to bring the things I used before. I have all the things here, so I like what I talked about before, what I did and what I liked before. I don't like to forget what I did before. These things help me. My hard works help me to understand how I studied. So I really like to help in Nepal. Even Su had been in Taiwan for so many years, he still cares about everything in his hometown. In 2015, a Nepal earthquake occurred. He had killed 3,000 people. The news made Su heartbroken. He was in a foreign country and he couldn't able to handle land for his hometown fellows, which made him frustrated and nervous. However, he could always find out a way, and Su's limited ability, he started his plan of home reconstruction. When I was in Nepal, the elderly felt cold there. They didn't have many clothes. They don't have coats. I bought about 200 wool scarves. I gave to them bigger scarves. I bought scarf there for 100. I saved my money and bought the supplies there. Brought 200 pieces for 200 people. I gave them 200 scarves. There's one thing. As for building the school, there's about 2 to 3. Su said though there are many fine shoes, he won't forget the days he had no shoe to wear. He is the oldest child in his family, and now he is still supporting his 4 siblings for college. A clay pot on the cabinet followed him across the seas, reminding him not to forget his roots. When there's a baby delivered into this world in the mother's tummy, at that moment our umbilicus cord being cut, when we put it into the backyard of a family house ground, inside the ground, put inside it, this is our favorite place. It would make us take care of our family, love the country, love our hometown. Su has 3 precious daughters. All of them are inherited their father's good personality. This day, his daughter's friends from the school orchestra came to visit their shop. From the early morning, Su starts to prepare his hometown dish to treat this group of children. People of Nepal, when they stir-fry the food in every dish, we add tomatoes. He mashed ginger, garlic, onions, and tomatoes to let all the vegetables eaten by children want them to pick up the food. Don't waste their food. The taste will be better. When there's a taste of the chicken in this dish, dice the chicken and stir fry. We ate all the food and don't waste any. Su stir fries the chicken and add the seasoning at the same time: cumin, curcuma, curry powder, and black pepper. In just a second, there is 10 seasoning in the pot. People always say that India is the kingdom of seasoning, that Nepal nearby is so sludge. This is the sauce. Chinese food in Taiwanese style, in the taste of the vegetables, while we stir fry, is not that taste. The taste comes from the curry powder, the taste of seasoning. Each dish has similar taste without adding water. All the water comes out from the ingredients. At first, it's just treating friends. Later in this shop, they start to sell Nepal cuisine, but Su really has his own style. He only accepts the reservation from regular customers. He won't take customers randomly. There are tomatoes, parsley, no, spicy, both of them non-spicy. No, we don't have spicy food today. This is grinded by the blender. If you like, I could add it more for you. It's not a restaurant. They are my friends, the customers I know. When they want to come, usually they make a phone call 2 days ago. If they make the reservation, I will prepare fresh cuisine, just like this. Understand more friends, and I like all my friends coming here. There are many things that we can talk about. Spicy, sour, and sweet, they eat everything. I don't eat too spicy. Thai food is spicy, the food in India is spicy. Now I can adjust slowly. Now I'm very happy. I like friends. I have many friends. I have friends in each country, and I like to make friends. My daughters, they also like to make friends. Coming together, I'm happy today. Su is not just the owner of a handmade craft shop. He has another role, which is the vigilant to protect the homeland. He was a police officer for 10 years. Now he is the vigilant of the police station, actively attending the community. After several years, all the local people know this Nepalese vigilant. Hi, man. Hello. Burn the license. I was very confused what he said. How come a foreigner become a vigilante? He said, yes, as long as you have the interest, with this interest, you can come in. He has to be here at 7:50. 7:50 to be here. Some people said it's too tired to come out after work. Some people think it's a volunteer work. They are not interested about payment. But we are here for helping people. We Taiwanese people like him will come to here he will come to help for the foreigners helping us. What about the local Taiwanese? Cooperating with the police officer to patrol daily, preventing stealing and robbery, also assist the disaster relief, or maintaining the security during Chinese New Year almost every night. Su is on duty. Sometimes he's busy until midnight, but he's never absent. He has sacrificed him time to put efforts for our place here. I think he's very warm-hearted. He surprised me. The first time I saw him, I felt that he's the Vinteganto here. He said yes. I said, how come it's possible? It's not surprised that he's the Vinteganto in our area. I even asked him the first time I met him, do you understand Mandarin? I was afraid to talk him to Mandarin or talk to him in English. I still have some concerns in my heart how he could understand Mandarin. I was very surprised all the Vinteganto job. Su sees all kinds of people and he knows about Taiwanese society and culture. The most important thing is he made many good friends. When he needs help, his bros in the Vinteganto team would give him a hand without any words. He feels the human warmth in Taiwan. I'm tired after working whole days. I want to go home and sleep. In the winter, it's very cold. Go out in the night. I ride a motorbike to there and ride it home. I couldn't wear too many clothes. The reason is it's cold, it's hard. But in my heart, I was thinking a method. Well, it's not tiring or hard. Su is very insistent. Su still upholds one thing, that is most of his time he would wear a Nepalese hat. If anyone asked him, he'd have a chance to introduce his country. Wherever I go, I always bring Taiwan and Nepal's flag inside my bag. I take these two flags and take a shoot. When I take it, not only mine, you have Taiwan's flag, they will be very happy. This activity had been carried out for 2 years, and his photo albums there's elderly lady who's over 70 years old, vendors who sell vegetables at hillside. People always say that the most beautiful scene in Taiwan's people is to use his camera to record the beauty of Taiwan. To him, he and Taiwan is inseparable. Nepal is my motherland. My fatherland is Taiwan. He loves his hometown and also Taiwan. Su said in hopes in the future in Nepal he can build a Taiwan's museum to let his folks know good things about Taiwan. Lobsang Gyaltsen is from Tibet. When he is 13 years old, he climbed over Himalayas and he spent full 3 months that he could study in India. However, in that period of time, he met a lot of friendly Taiwanese people and he got a very good impression on Taiwan. Therefore, although he got admission to school in the US and Europe, he still chose to come to Taiwan. And it was really interesting that many people told him that even the most difficult subject in Taiwan is medical. He likes challenges, so he chose to study medical and become an excellent doctor. However, he also found that the healthy wisdom passed generation by generation to him is actually the modern preventive medicine. At the same time, he also used the concept of getting the material from nature in his profession. Until now, I still can't forget that. Sometimes in my dreams, I was still running, and I got here. Sometimes I was frightened to awake. Sometimes I just felt there's pain in the experience. That he couldn't forget, and he will always be involved, is the memory about the time he escaped from Tibet that Lobsang didn't want to think about. Even 16 years has passed, now he is a doctor now. He can't forget that when he was 13 years old, he climbed over the Himalayas and headed for India for studying. So at that time, when we were over the Himalayas, there's many people having accidents on the road. Some people even got caught. So that group of people, there's more than 10 people. That's why when we are a group of people, there are some people younger and older. There are more older people, and some people led the road, and we will also hire Nepalese to lead the road to cross the mountain. And we left in the winter because the border control was less strict in the winter. In the frozen winter, there's not much to control, so they choose winter. Living in the winter took break in daytime and hurry on the road at nighttime. In the snowy days, some partners have to abstain because of frostbite. Himself is also in danger. Whatever we can live tonight, under which tree, which river we should cross, and my memory now is still very clear. There was one night I almost fell down and just grabbed the grass in the night. My friend pulling me up. At the next time when we got there, we went down slowly. There was a very high mountain. If I fell down that night, there was no way to find me back. I was lucky enough to be pulled up. Spending 3 months, Lobsang went to India via Nepal. He asked someone to send the safe letters to his family. When he got reply from his parents, 1 year has passed already. I missed my home every day. However, in order to study and for my dreams, later gradually after 3 years, I think if I didn't study too well, I am ashamed of myself. I have my own pride. I stick to it to my will. Otherwise, I couldn't make it. He finished his college in India by his scholarship. At the same time, he also got admission to the school in Europe and USA. However, Lobsang gave up the admission, made his mind to come to Taiwan. When I studied in India, I met a lot of Taiwanese. At that time, I just felt that many Taiwanese are very kind. How building schools or a lot of temples, all are related to Taiwanese. So I thought Taiwanese are so sincere, so caring. Due to the good impression to Formosa, in 2000 he came to Taiwan. Originally he majored in physics. He planned to stand in Taiwan studying the subjects related to information, but because of a sentence it changed his road in the future. Later, a Taiwanese friend told me that, a lawyer, he told me that his most difficult subject in Taiwan is medical. I said, oh, it's not for information? He told me it's not information subject. So right away I changed my wills. I always like to challenge difficult things. Lobsang attended the language program. 6 years later, the identity of overseas Chinese, he got into Army Medical College, majoring family medicine. Then the reason why he chose this subject, Lobsang says that you have to learn everything in family medicine is suitable for 2 people from Tibet. Only in Taiwan it takes 7 years to finish medical school. Our professional training is, for example, the training for family medicine is 4 years. General surgery and neurosurgery, it takes 7 years training, 7 years in medical school, 7 years in professional training, which means 14 years steady learning. There's no country as steady as Taiwan to train a doctor in this way. So people here, the doctor from the medical school in Taiwan internationally, if you say people that either talking about the academic paper or your medical skill or the level you take care of your patient, you will get a very high international status. The steady medical training made Lobsang an excellent doctor, but in this process, he felt that it's not enough. He wanted to change the modern concept towards patients. While we take care of its human, not an organ, if you can't just take care of a stomach when your stomach doesn't feel good, or only take care of some certain parts, such as your bones or your organs, take care of human body. Human's mind and body should be combined together. So I started to plan to find something that I can combine with my professions. So I reviewed my life slowly, my life in my childhood, my religion, my eating, drinking, living, how connected my life with nature. There are many elderlies who is over 70 or 80 years old. They are still very healthy. When I review these, I will think about our life. We have the concept of preventive medicine. In fact, when I come here, I still feel homesick often. The mountains and the water in Tibet, there's many water and mountains. Thinking about Tibetan life, they often go climbing in the mountain, watching rivers. Especially in the 3rd day of New Year's, they have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and spend 5 to 6 hours climbing to the top of the mountain. This is what my father told me. You must go once in a year to purify your heart and ask the God of the mountain for the safety for the whole year. I didn't understand that time. I didn't understand why we did that. I was annoyed by that. Now, after I learned the medicine, I think this is how Tibetans take care of their body health, the part of their lives. If you go to climbing in the mountain, if you climb in the mountain, you go refresh yourself. It means to purify yourself. You are detox some bad elements in your body to detox from your lungs. When you get close to the nature, you are absorbing the energy from the nature. With more energy, you are able to wash more bad elements when you are good at work. After learning the medicine, Lobsang just found out that Tibetan wisdom passed by generation to generation using the lifestyle to balance the body, mind, and spirit. This is actually the concept emphasized by the modern preventive medicine. From the prevention view, not only before an illness but after an illness, there's a way to cure, like high blood pressure, diabetes. I use the most natural based on scientific method. There's there a way to pull it back, not just depend on that kind of drugs to cure, and promoting these things slowly to integrate all these. Yes, well, the concept of medicine in all domains not entirely rely on drugs, but the mixture of Tibetan health culture. Trying to start from daily life like this old gentleman who suffered from degenerative joint disease, Lobsang finds the best treat method for them. You tell me, yes, squat slowly. You better hold the handle, don't fall down. I'm trying to be a hero. Let me see. With strength, good. Does it hurt? Tell me. With the strength from the thighs, it's important to the muscle, yes. This is what I say, it's better to change from the daily life. When I'm in the outpatient clinic, I will teach him how to exercise, to train the muscles, how to improve the muscle of joints. It hurts less after it's improved by some slight movement and exercise. If you do it every day, when you make the movement like this, the problem of joint hurting will be eased. Ease the joint hurting will be without taking the medicine. Relied on sports and food therapy decrease people's reliance on chemical medicine. Even just drinking water can accelerate your body to detox. Do you bask in the sun in the daytime? Yes, a few hours. As long as the sun, I go out and free, just going parks. Over 50% of our body health is all related to the food we eat and our lifestyle. Only 10% will be changed by medicine. So for our health, either the food you eat every day or the nature you get in touch, many things are the essential. Besides the healthy lifestyle, Tibetan is blended in nature. The concept to getting material from nature is fully used in Lobsang's professions. The history of Tibet, they used a lot of things from nature to treat their disease. The history is over 20,000 years. There's many ways to get the extraction. Cordyceps or Brazil mushroom or the Anthradia in Taiwan, they all contain polysaccharides. Is the extraction inside is different. With different effect, we can extract the best part of polysaccharides. Polysaccharides is something that we think is the best thing to adjust your immune system. The elements of polysaccharides, the most natural is the best. Lobsang doesn't equal. Another key point is the spirit health also implements a blend of Indian and Tibetan ancient yoga. Hope it can help Taiwanese living in pressure. Rediscover the balance of body. It's a black B sound. Adjust your breath when the sound comes. There is some resonance. You can also hear the sound by yourself. When you hear the resonance, the breath will be more smooth from mouth to your chest and the sound hums. It helps your circulation. Once your circulation is strengthened, the nervous system would get adjusted. The parasympathetic pulled up when the sympathetic nerve activity being pulled down. The whole body is easily relaxed. Like this, cover your ears with your thumbs. The same movements to voice your sound like this. The health wisdom from his hometown Tibet. Lobsang is in Taiwan. Together with modern medicine, he creates a comprehensive therapy to get balance with body, mind, and spirit. 15 years in Taiwan, he will continue working for the health of Taiwanese. Take good care. Thank you for watching Taiwan is My Home today. I'm Liao Fangjie. See you next week. Bye bye.